The $1 million Underwood Stakes, 98th running goes to Zaki, who wins at winks-like odds. Craig Williams changes the whip and pushes him out, and he is a star. 28 career starts. Win number 9 takes his earnings well past $2.5 million. So what a ripper he's been for Connections and for Annabelle Neesham. Let's hear from the winning jockey.
A 66th Group 1 win for Craig Williams, Lord Zaki, who rightly holds Cox Plate favouritism. He came here with a big boom on him, and he's absolutely delivered in the Underwood Stakes. A elbow bump for Todd Pollard. Craig, job done. How was it?
It was lovely. Todd, Rafa, they're a big part of it. In the meantime, Nick Ryan, Toby Lake, we're indebted to them as well. And Annabelle and the owners for entrusting me in the ride today. I had to wear the mask correctly. I'm not too sure where the logo is. Is it that one or that side? That side, I can do that. But I just love the preparation, the planning that Annabelle has got for Zaki. Not only are we blessed, and I'm blessed to ride him, but great to see him here in Victoria for 3 Group 1s. And of course, that's the target is the Cox Plate. And I would say after his gallop and today that Annabelle's got this horse right where she wants him for his main target to be in 2 more starts. And you mentioned there's main targets to come, Craig, but benchmark him against the best of the weight for age horses that you've had the pleasure to ride across your successful career. Oh, he's good. He's the thing that's, for me, that makes me feel so good is I think he knows his form and he knows he's good, pumps his. The jockey gets on, and when it gets to race day, he is a real racehorse. In the morning, on his own, he just floats around, and obviously he covers the ground that well. He's that athletic that you don't actually realise what he's actually doing to his opposition. And Probabile, or even the 4 that lined up today, they're all Group 1 winners. And but he's really exciting, and I'm grateful for the opportunity. And hopefully that opportunity extends to the Caulfield Stakes in a couple of weeks' time. It's what it is. As my team always says, our job is to ride them when we book for the race, and hope they turn up and do our job, and then hopefully we get the opportunity to ride them again next time. Very grateful for today's opportunity and looking forward to the spring ahead. Congrats on another big race success. Thanks very much, Nigel.
Yeah, Craig Williams wins, so onwards towards the Might and Power Stakes for Zaki as we now look at the contenders for the Golden Rose.
Dolphins' classy colt Animo has his sights set on the Run to the Rose Golden Rose Double.
Animo, up you go, goes home best to win the Run to the Rose.
Remarque finished 3rd and In the Congo was 2nd, 2 weeks after his impressive win in the San Domenico Stakes.
And In the Congo keeps on going, and In the Congo led all the way to win the San Domenico.
Artorius will be looking to emulate his Blue Diamond heroics.
And Artorius is flying at the 50. Artorius comes and bombs them and wins.
So too, up-and-coming stakes winner Tiger of Malay.
Coast Watch from Tiger Malay the inside. Tiger Malay a nose to Coast Watch.
Brock Ryan links up with Flying Filly Jamea again.
Now Jaya wide out. Late, Robodura and Jamea. Robodura, Jamea. I think Jamea went home best.
Chris Waller saddles up in-form duo Giannis and Coast Watch. Rob Heathcote brings Star Tontes to Sydney, who is on a 3-race winning streak.
Star Tontes, charge late.
Rose Hill, 1,400 metres. Watch them scorch the turf in the $1 million Golden Rose.
There's so many stories to come out of the race, and one that may emerge, Caitlin, is for Huey Bowman. If he can win with Remarque, he joins the greats with 100 career Group 1s.
It would be remarkable if he could do it today in the Golden Rose and win 6 Golden Roses. He certainly knows how to get them home in this race. He's a superstar jockey, and of course he won 25 Group 1s on the mighty Wink. So she certainly helped him get up there, but he is a quality rider. And here's Remarque. He's drawn a really nice barrier. It's his track. He's unbeaten there. He's only had the 1 start, but if he can get a nice run in transit, I'm sure he will make his presence felt.
Well, in his way is going to be Animo, and Henry, I suppose the way the track's playing is going to be interesting, and what James McDonald would do here, whether he can get Animo nice and close to the speed.
Yeah, probably aims to slot in midfield. You don't want to be bustling a colt like that and changing his pattern. He's probably better than them, but in saying that, he might need to be a length or two better than them to win today, the way that the track's playing. But look, he's a beautiful colt. He's got stallion written all over him, and this will just cement it, won't it?
That's right. Here he is in his preparations. It's at Osborne Park. What a facility it is for Godolphin. So many champions have been prepared at that facility.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to visit there actually several years ago now, but it's just everything you could you've got there, and it's a beautiful tool to freshen them up from their city base.
Katie, how will the race be run and won?
Well, in the Congo, we'll certainly go forward and lead, I think. I think that's what they'll do. They want to roll along here. So horses like Remark, Meridian, Tiger of Malay, I think that they'll hold a spot. So hopefully they generate a lot of speed, but I actually can't see a lot of speed from the outside. Hopefully Halal maybe might go forward. We know that Artorias and Jameo, they'll be back, and Animo, I'd imagine, will be back as well. So, yeah, it's going to be fascinating, but in the Congo, might get a soft lead here, Richo.
Yeah, I reckon Coastwatch might be the one that kicks up on the inside and puts himself in the race as well. Here is the Golden Rose, and let's start, Caitlin, with your top selection, everyone's top selection.
Yeah, he's just a classy colt, isn't he? He's such an athlete. Just looking at him, he's lean and mean, isn't he? He's got such big bone strength. He's very long. He covers the ground brilliantly. Hopefully he can get a nice run in transit because he's going to be really hard to beat. Artorias, the Blue Diamond winner, Richo.
Yeah, well, Turak Toff back in 2010 was the last Victorian prepared winner of this race, and that was only the second year that it was a Group 1. And by gee, it's a Group 1 now that all the major stables really target this race as a stallion-making race. Artorias, well, the only time he's been to Sydney, he ran 6th in the Golden Slipper. He looked to lose his action there and then still ran a really good race. He'll improve from that. Captivant could be a blowout.
He could be, and he's been blessed with barriers, Captivant. The last 4 starts, he's drawn barrier 1. So he's going to get the box seat run again. He's flying, he's running really well. He's already Group 1 Champagne winner. He is having a little kick out there, so he's feeling quite well. Halal ran super last start, I thought, when he was 3rd at Flemington behind Mr. Mozart.
He turned his form around there. It was interesting that he did over-race a touch, so the Hawks team have reacted by taking the blinkers off and putting visors on. The Hawks family winning the race last year with Ole Kirk, they know what it's like to produce a quality colt to stand at stud. They've got this Fastnet Rock colt for Emirates Park, who's a big chance to run maybe more into the amount of money at his absolute best. He might go forward from that wide barrier and be important speed into the race. He is in the Congo.
Oh, he's a brave little customer, isn't he? He'll go forward. He's tackling the 1400 for the first time, but as we saw from the speed map, he might not have a lot of pressure up there, so if he can get some nice sectionals, he will certainly make his presence felt and really kick home strong. He's, as I said before, he is a brave colt there by Schnitzel. Tiger of Malay, again, he's the next little chestnut, horse 6 there. He's drawn well. He'll go forward. Glenn Boss is on board, and he's a big race jockey, isn't he, Richo? Oh,
there's no doubting that. So Glenn Boss combines with the Freedmans. It's got a nice ring to it. So Bossy picks up the ride on Tiger Malay, was runner-up in the Dulcify. Here's Remarkable Huey with a record 5 wins in the race, including Bivouac and Hallowed Crown as Group 1s. Now, the winkers offside are applied today for Team Hawks. This is the colt by Schnitzel at a response. He's worth a fortune. He's owned by Arrowfield, John Massara stud. He ran 3rd in the Run to the Rose, although he ran really well there considering the barrier. He will run a terrific race. And then we get to Giannis or Giannis, depends on what part of the Yarra you're near.
Giannis. Well, Kerry McAvoy won the race on the Autumn Sun 3 years ago for Chris Waller, who he teams up again with. He won the Dulcify, so that was over 1,500, now drops back to the 1,400. Chris Waller loves doing that. He's a genius. And this guy here, Royal Zao, well, I don't know whether he's up to this sort of class, but I tell you what, he hasn't been far away, Richo.
Yeah, he's running really well, isn't he? Royal Zell. So Flemington, Gibson Carmichael winner, and then now trying to go through the grades. This is a big test. This is the best roughie for mine, Katie, because he can go forward and he's tough, and we saw that in the Ming Dynasty.
Yeah, and Chris Waller with his 3-year-olds. You know, all these 3-year-olds that he's winning with, Ranch Hand and Minsk Moment last night at the Valley. You know, they're just making that progression from the 2-year-olds. So he's drawn a nice barrier, and I can see why thrown him in the mix. Meridian, the colt by Maurice, was excellent, winning at the Kenzo last start.
And Anthony Cummings won the race with Duporth back in 2008, but it was a Group 2 back then. So last start maiden winner. He's aggressive with his placement. What about the filly? Can a filly win the Golden Rose?
Oh, well, it's awfully tough. I think the last filly to win it was Forensics back in 2008. She's going to have her work cut out for her, but no doubt she's got an abundance of ability. I loved her winning the Furious last start.
And that was when the race was held in the autumn, so it's very much a different race back then. There's some of the key contenders as, Ben, we build up to a great race, the Golden Rose.
It's always a great race, and this edition is certainly one of those. Animo is our favourite and very short, but holds about 55-60% of the money, so you can understand why Tab are keeping this runner pretty close to their chest. In the Congo, 11 into $7, I guess will be on pace and as honest as the day is long. Remark at $9. Artorius has that wide draw and that race pattern that'll see him get back. He's out to $10 now. Tiger of Malay at $18. Jarmaya, yeah, certainly Strips is... I know the lone girl in the race, but Strips is a girl that could take this out. And beyond that, Captivant at 26. There's not a heap of interest in anything beyond our favourite here. It's near one-way traffic, team.
Look, you can't really go past Animo the way that he presented today. Looks to me, he probably wasn't an absolute standout in the yard, but the way that he cantered down to the start and just held himself up in that lovely, beautiful rhythm, he just looked to me as though he's definitely got to go on top from the yard. If you're looking for something with a bit of value, I thought that Coast Watch was the second horse I would put into contention. I think that he just looks in great shape. He's one that seems to be holding really good condition. He's really bright and well in the yard today, and I like Artorius as well. I thought he presented in great shape. He's you've got to time your run to perfection with him, and he's going to need plenty of luck go his way, but he couldn't have looked any better.
So pick of the yard is Animo, who won the Run to the Rose. In 12 years, the Golden Rose has been a Group 1 race, and 5 of those 12, it has been won by the Run to the Rose winner. It's the obvious form reference, Caitlin. He picks himself, doesn't he? I've got him on top. I thought the value in the race, the roughie, was Coast Watch to run a terrific race, maybe into the minor money.
Yeah, it's always a great race, isn't it? It's hard to go past him, isn't it? He's just, what he did first up, he just had a lot of improvement there too. And as we saw, James was quite soft on him in the end. But I don't know, I do feel like In the Congo is going to get a really soft lead here. I'm hoping a couple of can kick up and put some pressure on him, but I don't think that will be the case. So In the Congo, he's in form, and he's in the in-form stable at the moment. Ben, with feathers flowing in the breeze, who's the hot horse?
The hot horse, well, there can only be one here, and that's Animo. If you're looking for something at longer odds with some interest, Giannis is one, and even Jarmaya.
Who would you like to be involved in here? I mean, Animo picks himself. Do you think he wins?
Oh, I suppose it's a matter of forensically analysing the race and trying to find something to beat him, isn't it? That's what it's about. And you sort of think, well, nothing from the Run of the Rose is going to beat him. You think, well, maybe a different form line, the Dulcified, Tiger Ballet and Giannis, they're probably not good enough. And then you go to the Melbourne form and you think Artorius and Halal, and they're going to have to give the horse a start and a beating, and it's very hard to see him doing that. And then you think, well, maybe the filly's the different form line again. So if there's going to be an upset, I'd think it'll be a filly, Jamea or Star Tontes, but it's hard to see it happening.
What about the Ming Dynasty form? Coast Watch is a horse that I think is just progressive and good win, can on speed, maybe cause an upset.
Well, that's a big tick for him, and he's another of the Chris Waller Colt syndicate sort of horses, but he finished behind Tiger and Malay there in the up and coming, and then that goes through the Dulcified form again. It's just hard to see anything turning the tables through the Sydney form, so we're looking for something outside that, maybe a Jamea or a Star Tontes.
It's a great race. It's produced stallions in the past, and for the breeders, they'll be sitting on their edge of their seats, and for the owners, an opportunity here to change not only your life, but it might change your postcode as well. Here's the Golden Rose.
In the Congo moves in. And Halal is the last for the 4X Golden Rose over 1,400 metres, and they're locked and loaded. The light is on. Ready to run for the Group 1 for the 3-year-olds. Racing now, and In the Congo began brilliantly. Mark wants front, and Bowman's got Remark right out of the gates underneath. In the Congo, just in front from Remark, followed by Coast Watch and Moradin's pushing forward. A couple further back to Tiger Malay in advance of Captivant. And Anamo's up in midfield with plenty of breathing space in front and behind. 2 lengths arrears then is Jamea, followed by Giannis. Halal's out deep, followed by Star Tontes, then Camartorius and Royal Zell, about 16 lengths off the leaders last of all. So it's in the Congo in front. Remark is doing stalking. Moradin, then Coast Watch, 2 lengths for the back to Tiger Malay, then Captivant, the white cap. 3/4 the outside of the favourite Animo. A gap back then to Jamea from Giannis. Allows out deep from Artorius. Star Tontes and Royal Zell is last in the Congo. Racing at a controlled speed. Turns in front from Remark, then Coast Watch. Now Animo still about 6 off the leaders. Moradin went via the Cape and in the Congo. Has plenty in the tank at the 300. In the Congo, beat off Remark. Coast Watch goes to second, and Tiger Malay. 4 off the lead, winding up. It's in the Congo in front from Coast Watch. Animo, is he running out of ground? In the Congo in front. Animo trying to go toe for toe. In the Congo kicks, and in the Congo won the golden race from Animo. Coast Watch in third, followed by Artorius. Then Tiger Malay from Star Tontes. Captivant, a break back to Jamea, followed by Giannis, then Royal Zell, Halal. Remark did the chasing, has finished second last, and Moradin wobbled on the has been eased down.
What a day for Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Bott. They win 3 stakes races before the Golden Rose. They win a Group 1 for Gay Waterhouse. Her first win since it's become a Group 1 in the Congo, with Timmy Clark going to the lead and was so strong. Animo burst out of the pack to run second. Coast Watch at a big price runs third. 5, 1 and 10, and Caitlin, she's racing.
Oh, just so tough. She has her horses, they just don't like getting beat at all. And Animo, he challenged him, but he just fought on. I thought Timmy was just going a little bit too quickly, but how dare I judge Timmy Clark? He is one of the best front-running riders in Sydney, and look, this colt, he's just brilliant, isn't he? He just doesn't want to lay down. Animo was great, just under pressure from a long way out, so he did well to get so close. James, now that's 3 close seconds in this race, with Zeus and the Autumn Sun beating him there, and last year Ole Kirk and North Pacific. So, well, there's always again next year, isn't there?
Oh, there certainly is. For Tim Clark, 19 career Group 1s. He's a terrific rider because he can ride light. Henry, we've seen that, and for Gay, we run out of superlatives for her.
Yeah, well, Timmy gets down for those big handicaps. He rides 51 and 52 kilos, so he's going to have a lot of opportunities over the spring, but didn't need to in this case. On the colt, my question mark on him was getting up to the 1400 from the 1200, and with that racing style, but he just ran him into submission. He ran along, and admittedly probably a track that's favouring those on pace, but no excuse for the beaten grade. Animo was out in plenty of time to run him down and couldn't quite, but what a sort of couple of days for those colours.
Yeah, it's remarkable. Haven't they been just brilliant? China Horse Club, Newgate Farm, and well, we're seeing Animo here coming out, and a horse right out wide who's running right off the track, who's having all sorts of issues as Animo charges after in the Congo. That was Artorius who was really playing up, which was disappointing for him. But in the Congo was Animo. Gay's getting close to 150 career Group 1s. Tim Clark, we say well done. We think of our great mate Ty Angley who manages him. Brilliant.